Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so in about 20-ish hours time, we should be getting news on the end of month characters. And I'm going to be assuming it's going to be a 3-character banner. So that's just what I'm always going to do, especially for the end of months. And yeah, let's just go over my first guess. Obviously, it's more so kind of a like what I want, because like guessing what Caleb does nowadays, there's no way you can predict it. But I will say, I think there's like 2 options, and then there's like a third. There's a third small one because it's always in the back of my mind whenever there's a end of month banner. But right now, because of the timing of the celebration or the end of month, I'm going to be guessing it is going to be a Halloween banner. We haven't had one yet this year, so that's my guess. I'm going to imagine it's 3 female characters because I just think that they sell better, like as seasonals. They usually always do. So that is going to be my guess. Obviously, it doesn't have to be these, but considering Yoruichi hasn't had a character in a few years, and Hollybell's only had 1 premium character in the past few, I wouldn't mind a new Hollybell. And then Soifon was just a 3rd female. I think I switched the 3rd character like every single month. Before I had Rukia, but she just got 2 characters this year. She had the Nad Rukia and then Bankai Rukia, but then again, Soifon has also had 2 characters. So maybe we'll get a Halloween Unahana. I don't think we had an Unahana this year besides the Nad one, Nad GQ one. Who cares about her? And I can't remember the last seasonal one Unahana besides, I think it was the swimsuit character. So I mean, bring it on. I would love to see a Halloween Unahana. Now, obviously, some people aren't going to like remakes, and honestly, I think if it's very cool characters or very attractive characters like this, I don't mind it too much, especially because I know that a lot of seasons are just kind of remakes this year. But if anything, maybe they just do 1 remake, like Halloween Yoruichi. I think that's, one of her best forms. Or designs in the game, just saying. And then they make 2 different ones, that's fine. Or they could just do a new Halloween Yoruichi and just a completely different design. I'm fine with that. These are just the only models of Halloween characters I have in the game. They don't have to be remakes. I'm just going to assume that if it's Halloween or anything like that, it's going to be a high chance it's going to be remakes, unfortunately, because I think they saved their animators and whatnot and their design team for 1,000-year Blood War. That's just my guess. Now, as to what I would think it's going to be, we do have this thing where we should know exactly what the guild quest is, and we are on Melee Sterned right now, so I believe it's going to be dropping around Melee Hollow or Hollow Ranged. So I assume we'll be getting a Killer Plus for one of these 2. I believe that banner is out. What is the first day it drops? On Thursday. So probably a ranged Hollow Killer, but then it's like we have Gremmy. So I don't know if they'll replace Gremmy. Maybe it'll just be maybe one of the killers or characters will be a Nad unit, like a very, very good side Nad unit for Gremmy potentially. That's just my guess. I don't think they're going to power creep Gremmy, but they could be getting it up for Soul Reaper range, a new Soul Reaper killer. So maybe, it's just a guess, one will be a farmer, because we shouldn't be getting a Brave Battle character this end of month. A farmer, a Soul Reaper range killer, and then maybe they'll give us a Hollow range normal attack damage character. That is just my best guess. And I think that it would do pretty decently, especially like a ranged Soul Reaper killer. Like the best one that we have is 7th anniversary Ichigo with the Shuhei buff, or the Halloween Noel, and they're both very lackluster to say the least. Like a Nightmare, it's just it's awful. It's not very fun, even very hard. It doesn't feel the best. Even when my Ichigo's 5/5, it's not very impressive, if I must say. But yeah, this is my first guess. Let me know down below what you guys think. And now we go on to the more kind of like obvious ones, I guess you could say. This one, 1,000-year Blood War. It's kind of obvious. I have 2 guesses for this kind of one, where it's kind of just like a random one, and then I have more of a themed one. But going off of the Mask and Candace one, it's just super random, just random characters. Granted, it's only 2, but I just think they're just trying to. They're not really fitting any themes on any banners, maybe, so it's like spreading out the more hype characters. Like they don't want to put all the Bambi girls on one banner. It seems like the only reason they did it for swimsuits is because what other female would they have put in swimsuits for 1,000 or lower? Like I think that's like literally the only reason. But yeah, I think that there's just gonna be 2 hype character and then a very odd one out. There's quite a few examples of this in Thousand Year Blood War banners. So for this, it would be like Giselle, Asna, and then the weird one out would be Pepe for the most part. Just a guess, because we had Kilgay and then Bambi, and then we had Eburn. So most people would be like, who the hell is Eburn? You know, he had like 12 seconds on the screen. Another perfect example of it is the most people are just not a big fan of Orihime, you know, so Yuha, Ichigo, and then Orihime was a bit weird for some people. Senjumaru and Ichibe, and then Kiryu, you know what I'm saying? Like, whenever they do a 3-character banner, they try to, like, shoehorn in a 3rd character just to kind of, you know, not make it as hype. Also, I think that Asna would be in his Volsundage form. Giselle and Pepe don't need to be in it. It would be cooler if they were in it. Actually, Pepe should never get his Volsundage form in the game, actually. He should actually never be able to get that form in the game. It is despicable, it is disgusting, and it should be actually just banned from the anime. I wish that never existed. But, like, because they did Candace base, and then they did Mask Volsundage form, you know, and they also did Kilgay Volsundage form, and then Bambietta and Eburn without a Volsundage form, even though I don't think Eburn had one, but you know what I mean. Like, they can definitely do 1 or 2 of them have Volsundage forms while the others don't. And then I guess my more wanted banner over this, even though it's barely even a change, would be if they did this: Lil Toto, Asnot, and Giselle. I think this would be a better banner. I think Lil Toto's, at least she's funny. At least she's funny. I don't think she's attractive at all. She just looks like Shinji, but as like a 10-year-old girl, to be honest. So it's just like, she's just kind of funny. Better than Pepe. Better than Pepe. Pepe is the worst character in Thousand Year Blood War. But yeah, if I had to guess, I would imagine Giselle would be the farmer. Asna would be the insanely broken Edamonth Hollow Killer, and then maybe Lil Toto base would be the NAD unit. Just a guess. Obviously, I could be wrong. I honestly just hope there's no NAD character on this banner. But looking at the track of things of KLab, they want to put normal attack damage characters in literally every single banner. So that's unfortunate. Yeah, going on to my next guess. Guess what it is. It's Thousand Year Blood War. But it's this. It is a Nemu, Mayuri, and then Giselle, and possibly Bambietta zombie form in, you know, their big little fight during that. Because ever since I saw James on the back of Mask's design, I was like, okay, maybe they can do a Bambietta where she jumps in on like the SA2 or something and is able to actually like be in attacks. Who really knows? And then obviously I want like Rainbow or Sunflower Mayuri where he's like bright yellow or he's like RGB or anything. I don't want this base Mayuri. It's just the only cut-in I have, to be honest. And then Nemu, obviously she doesn't do that much, but you know, she does do some things. It would be kind of cool as well if Mayuri's attacks had the zombie, like Dorodoni and Saruchi and stuff in his attacks. That'd be really, really cool. But yeah, not too much to say here. I just think that this would be a cool banner. I would actually summon on this banner as well. I would summon on most of these. Honestly, I think that these are all just banners that I would summon on. Obviously, there's like a 3rd character that I just don't really care for in most of them. Like, this is probably my favorite of all of them. But like, this one, Lil Toto is like whatever. This one, Pepe is an abomination. And then this one, I like all 3 of the characters. Who would have thunked? Who would have thunked? And now the final one is a bit of a different one, but just because I'm trying to go out my way here. And this, obviously it's not premium. It's just the only cut-ins I have. I'm thinking a seasonal banner. More so like maybe a vote banner, but I feel like if it was a vote banner, I feel like females would win this, or like Ichigo, like Aizen, Ichigo, and then like Rukia. That's like my top 3 if I had to say one out of that voting poll that we did back in January. But this in particular for a seasonal banner is Future Society. I think these 3 on a Future Society banner would be so cool. I really wish they themed it, because these are like the big 3 of like, you know, the villain guys, you know, like you know, they're the strongest technically, you know. Aizen picked them himself. That's what I mean. I'm not saying they are the strongest. I'm just saying that they're the big dogs, you know, they're on top. They're supposed to keep all the espadas in check. Kaname definitely did that to Grimjow. That's all I can say. And then Aizen, you know, he's absolutely insane. He's cool. He's him. Gin, you know, he's pretty cool. And I would like a better Gin. Like, I believe the last one was the the potion former, was it not? If I'm not mistaken, like 2-ish. Oh no, we had the speed gain, the parasol gain last year. Would not mind a redemption arc for him because that gain was very mediocre. Like, he was fine, he just didn't have anything insane. And then obviously Aizen, we haven't had a like great Aizen in a hot minute ever since the Tech Aizen or 6th anniversary, depending on if you like a NAD character. Like, we had the speed like pastime Aizen, he's cool and all, but not really anything great. And then we had the unique soul bomb special damage mind Aizen, which was actually pretty cool. But outside of that, nothing too much. I would like a seasonal, like, when was the last seasonal Aizen? Party time Aizen, which was back around March or April of 7th anniversary, like a few months before 7th anniversary. So, you know, this is just my thing. Obviously, you know, I would love like Monster Eyes and Dangai Ichigo, that kind of thing. I'm just not predicting it. I just don't think it would happen now at this point. But if it does, I'd be more than excited. Let me know down below what you guys think or what you guys would personally like, because obviously it's going to be impossible to actually guess. Just let me know what you would personally like in the game. You know, newer characters more wanted. That's why I've mainly been doing these characters where it's like 1000 or above war Stormrunners. Like, I didn't have a single Soul Reaper besides Mayuri and Nemu, but like they don't have their forms. I guess no, I guess they do. I guess they do. So I take that back. But you know what I mean. It would be cool. I don't know. Let me know down below what you guys think. Take care. Have an absolutely amazing day.